really appreciate it. Without further ado, I would like to introduce a friend of mine and a very awesome man. Please give it up for Gerard Dragon Rider Halil. This is not complete. This is the completionist. This is not complete. I'd like to introduce another amazing man and another dear friend of mine. Please give it up for Gregory Bears Wilmot.
The VIP badges are way cumbersome this year.
No, even on my birthday, you have to one-up me. Is there ever a day where... Hey everyone, thank you for coming out to our panel. Awesome. Thank you all for being here and not at an awesome concert or anything else that's going on at the same time as this.
Did anybody introduce this guy? Do you guys know who this is?
Satchel!
This is the amazing Satchbag Satchel Drapes. He's the reason why everything of ours looks so good now.
Yeah.
He
designs everything that we do. So before we start our Q&A, who of you has a cell phone? All of you. That's great. Cool. Who of you follow us on Twitter? All of you. Great. So, at this time...
Except for that guy, apparently.
Except for you.
The one guy sitting in the front row.
Well, right now, at this time, I want all of you guys to tweet at Greg and I with the hashtag #TheBeard and your favorite game and why it's your favorite. And you're going to see why at the kind of the ender part of the panel. Ender's game. Ender's game. So go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we're just going to go ahead and talk a little bit. Greg, how are you today? Hashtag #TheBeard.
Just
ask a friend.
Just yell it out.
Mega Man 3.
There you go. Already two. Hashtag Twitter's a good. I like hashtag Twitter because you can't check a hashtag if you don't have Twitter.
This is turning into like a medieval town hall meeting.
Burn the beard!
My well has been poisoned. What are you going to do about that bearded king?
I don't know.
It's starting to turn into
I know.
snitches there.
Oh yes. I actually, fun fact, I don't do that voice. It's always Greg, but I've practiced it.
No, it's always you.
No, it's not. Demonstration. Greg, go for it. How do you do it?
Have I told you about the Hereapos?
Yes, you have, Deckard. Just about every time I click on you, I accidentally find out about the Hereapos.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
So, did anybody see what I tweeted about an hour ago? Anybody read that one? To dress up as somebody from that one video gamer, or maybe a character. Did anybody actually do that?
No. I didn't even do that.
Good news, I totally did it. I dressed up as Alex.
Yeah, dude.
So I think I won that.
Great.
That was the way I covered that real quick.
Cool.
Nobody knew.
Good? Okay. So now we're going to start the Q&A portion. So just throw a hand up if you have a question. We flew out here from California to meet all of you guys, believe it or not. So
we decided to say goodbye to that beautiful sun.
Yes, in freezing.
And it'd be frozen.
Yes, it'd be frozen. Two things though, in terms of questions. One, no game requests. I love you guys, but that's all I get all the time. So if you want me to play a game, you can ask me, but you don't have to ask it now. And two, have fun with the questions, whatever it is. So anyone, you in the back with the glasses. Up to you, man. You have the magic conch. Go for it. Project. Does nostalgia play a key role in how you can enjoy a game, judge a game from the show? I'd be lying if I said no. But I think that with all the older games we all play, I think we all have memories with all the games we've grown up on. You know, whether it's Zelda, Mario, any Final Fantasy of your choice. And for the show, I think that we take nostalgia in mind, but we also try to be very fair. And I think that we do that by accurately pointing out all the things that are wrong with the game, via old man snitches, or a really hard completionist bonus that shouldn't exist but does because hey, they thought no one would do it, and then someone did. So yes, it does play a little bit of a factor, but we try to be as objective as possible.
And I think it's inherent that when somebody talks about nostalgia, it's obviously a personal opinion. Like yeah. Yeah, I thought I had something more important to say.
Thank you for your question. You right here in the front.
Yeah, I have two questions.
Go for it.
One, you got really frustrated with sneaking. How close do you come to just stop playing and don't play? And two, I really like your video on Turtles in Time where you're kind of talking about your history with that game. Will there be any more videos like that?
So when you said sneaking, I literally got chills.
It's such a bad game.
I think I was live streaming my entire playthrough of that game, and I think I had to walk outside because I did that challenge so much, that last fucking broken challenge, and it...
We're trying to believe that. We're a clean show. Say it again. Say it again. I'll believe it.
What? Fucking...
There we go. Took care of that.
Great, this. And in terms of why we love gaming the series, it's coming back. We've got a huge amount of guests lined up. The reason why we took a huge break from it was because there's only so many stories that I have personally experienced involving games, and I didn't want to just be this guy who's like, let me tell you this time about when I was 4 years old and this horrible thing happened to me and now I love games, thank you. You know what I mean? It gets old really quickly. So we've got some guests lined up. Like, I don't want to tell you who, but people you probably know. So, yeah, thank you.
If you don't know them, you should know them.
You will know them.
You will know them too.
Yeah. You over there. Go for it. That sums up the show, so yes, that is a great question.
I feel like I've recorded that voiceover more than once. That's kind of like Breaking Bad. When he completed Netflix.
You lied to me. You said it was a game. I took it seriously. I paid the price. Is that
You paid the price of enjoying a show.
Yeah, there's a lot of playtime to that. Did you know now that for Xbox One users, you actually get achievements for watching Netflix?
Oh no, I didn't.
So I can literally go back and complete Netflix now. And the achievements are ridiculous. It's like, watch Netflix every day for 365. Great, that's easy. Like, watch a whole show. Watch X amount of minutes of one show. It's
The title of the achievement is, you should probably go outside. And then the next one is really outside. The last one is like, you know what, whatever. I don't think you can get up now.
I know, right? You in the back with the hat, I feel bad, you've been listening to stuff.
Okay. Now, I just have one question.
Yeah.
Was that the best man hug that you've ever had?
That was pretty close. I'll give you that.
Pretty close?
Pretty close. Thank you for that. That was a great birthday gift.
Wait, you got a way good man hug?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Well, I mean, nothing accounts as the world's greatest high five for me, great.
I did give him the world's greatest high five. Does everybody know the
so in the Pokemon episode, there's this thing where I make a little like quip about Nurse Joy and how I think she's really hot for I think it's an 8-bit Game Boy game.
And I say, dude, you know, I'll give you the world's greatest high five if you just ask her out.
I'm like, I don't know, man. She doesn't seem into me. She's Nurse Joy.
And this was a real thing that happened.
It was based on a real story that same week.
I wanted him to man up.
I wanted to ask out, and Greg's like, if you do it right now, I'll give you the world's greatest high five. And I called him on it. I did it right then and there. I called her up and I was like, want to go on a date? She was like, yep. Yeah. Like, all right, great, bye. Hung up. And then just looked at me and was like, you deserve this. And I don't know if we can recreate it. We can try. No. Now we want to see it. Now this is my time. Right. I don't know if it's going to be we'll figure it out next.
We should have liked that.
Yeah, should have. I don't want to. You with the long hair and the beard. That's like what everyone says to me my entire life, so I'm sorry for losing it.
What are like 3 games that you never want to complete again? Like,
Never want to complete again?
you never want to go through, like,
Catherine? I love Catherine. That game was awesome. But screw yourself, Pavel. That thing is bullcrap. Like, that mode, you not only need to be good by yourself, but you need a friend who's just as good as you.
Which is not me.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, I had Go Al, who was like great at every. He's the Jedi master of games. So he and I sat down and we're like, we're gonna do it until we cry, and we both cried because it was very difficult. So Catherine's one. And probably K-Story. That one was very brutal. Playing the game on hard mode with 8 stock and everything one hits you is like the worst. That's horrible. And then the last one I probably would say, I can't tell you what it is yet because I'm not done with it. But it's episode 100, and it's going to be very brutal.
It's brutal, Legend. It's not.
It's not. No, it's not. You right over here.
First off, quick fan.
Okay, I'll get to you next. Yeah, go.
What episode are you most proud of that you made?
I think the one that Greg and I always talk about is episode 2, The Secret of Mana, because there's this moment where we scream about the AI, and we're just like, you know, go around the wall, because like that game is messed up, and I think that moment, I think is definitely our favorite.
Yeah, that one and making all of the Diddy Kong Racing episode. Because that was way fun. We did the whole thing live.
Yeah, for King of the Web, we broadcasted an entire week long of us doing the entire episode.
Completing the game, writing the script.
Yeah, and
you guys got to see the terrible jokes that don't make it into the episode. So there's like hundreds of them.
Yeah. You got a question?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Is there any game that you just refuse to do? And alongside that question, what game are you just getting tired of being requested?
The most number one game I get requested is Chrono Trigger. And the reason why I haven't completed Chrono Trigger is because I've never played it.
Well, I think one of the main reasons was...
That comment is at 6:30, sir. Come back to that at 6:30.
Somebody spoiled it for you too, didn't they?
Oh yeah, I think in the golden days of normal boots, someone on the forum was like, you know what? Why isn't Chrono Trigger on your list? Here's the reason why I think it's the best. And they spoiled every ending. And they didn't even put like spoiler. And I had no idea what it meant, so I just was like, well, not only did I read Angry Rant, but I ruined the game for myself that everyone thinks is the best. So, and what was the other question you had? It was, oh, thank you, Christopher.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a nice birthday gift. Thank you, Christopher.
We'll take some more.
Sorry, go ahead.
Any game that you just refuse to complete just based on saying like,
I don't know. At first there were a couple I was like, I'm not going to do them because my friends have done them. Or when we first started the show, there's a lot of episodes I was like, I want to play this game because, you know, PBG played it, and that's his thing. I don't want to encroach. And then after getting to know PBG for a while, You're good. Yeah, you do the best with it. You're awesome. We kind of built a relationship, and I realized that it wasn't necessarily about what the games are or who's playing them. It's just kind of like what you learn while you're playing it. So there's a lot that I said I would never play that actually now I'm playing. That kind of goes back to episode 100, which I won't tell you what it is.
People just end
I'm
every
just going to keep
question.
episode 100 is I'm going to end every question. You, the glasses. The worst controls?
Sneaking was pretty terrible.
Sneaking was pretty bad. It was playable at least, and everyone really hated me for this, but Heart of Darkness, that game did not age well when I played it. It was very difficult, because it handles like one of those old, 1990 PC, what they call the genres? Cinematic platformers. It handled it just like that, but it just, I don't know, it was just very hard to play.
I love the deaths in that game.
It was brutal. That
They are
10-year-old boy getting
so
ripped by a
gruesome.
demon in half.
Just getting crushed.
Yeah, horrible.
It's great.
You with the glasses, in front of the gentleman who has glasses as well. Yeah. Most frustrating boss battle? Cave Story, definitely. Cave Story. That last sequence is just one thing and you're dead every time. You with the hat. With the hat.
Has there ever been a game that you have made money with just like totally broken, more controls, impossible difficulty?
No, not yet. Not yet.
What's your name?
What? My name?
The Completionist.
Thank you.
We won't be able to call him the Completionist anymore.
Yeah, that's
Just have to call him.
that's when the show ends and we're done.
Beardy.
Then I just become bearded hobo.
Bearded hobo guy.
You with the striped sweater or jacket, sweater jacket.
Were you expecting the never-ending loop game with Dark Souls? And what was your initial thought when you first beat it and go through that?
This is it. Like that was my first thought when I beat Dark Souls. This was the hype that everyone. At first, playing the game through by itself was like pretty tough, but the end is incredibly anticlimactic for making it such a difficult game. And when we finally got to the end, I just turned to Greg and I was like, I have been terrified of this game for a year and a half.
I think that's why it was such a letdown. Because it was like, it's the hardest thing in the world, man.
Yeah.
That's like people tell you it's the greatest movie ever. You go into it so excited, it's like, oh, well, that was decent.
Yeah, so definitely Dark Souls is a little overwhelming. Ooh, more hands, cool. You with the glasses and the.
You really like the
You know what?
glasses.
I'm looking out there. You right there. Yeah.
This is a question probably like each of you to answer.
Yeah.
Producing a show on YouTube weekly, obviously it's a lot of work. But what aspect of doing that makes you keep going? What makes you say, I got it?
You guys.
That is
Literally,
number one.
No, that's totally it. I mean, we both love entertaining people. So as long as people are watching it, we'll be making it.
Whether we have 100 subscribers or we have 150,000, we still treat it as if like we're just doing it for people who are watching. The fact that Greg can yell one word over and over again and people are like, this is the funniest thing ever, even though we know it's really dumb.
I'm sure there are people who disagree with that. May not be the funniest thing ever, but it's close.
You right there, yeah, you just were like, I am going to ask this question, and I shall be heard.
Question for both of you.
Yeah.
Besides bears and delicious romance dishes, what are your favorite running gags that you do?
Oh man. For me, I think it's Agrabah and Aghanim.
Yeah.
The fact that Aghanim from Link to the Past is like, his name just is horrible to say, so and calling it Agrabah just makes it really funny.
And then when we played the Aladdin game,
I switched it.
we called it Aghanim.
Yeah. That's my favorite. What's yours?
I like doing the stupid commercials, where it's like, we just did one in Diablo, where it's like, come see Sam! You'll enjoy the Sam! It's everywhere with gross, nasty wormholes and Sam! And the Revengeant.
Oh, you just have the ridiculous cowboy outfit?
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun, making like a ridiculous car commercial.
I want to get that joke, but I just love the idea of that cat being such an asshole when it comes to money. jerk.
The laser prime.
You right there in the white shirt. Yeah.
Do you ever think about playing back games like Night Trap, for example?
No, I've never heard of Night Trap.
Basically, it's a really crappy Sega CD game where you have to trap these vampires around this house. And basically, these girls, their acting is so bad, and the whole history behind the game is it was supposed to be released with this new VHS system, but instead it got shelved and then released with the Sega CD. And the game is so laughably bad that it's actually like enjoyable on a really crappy one.
I love terrible voice acting. Like, that's why I love all of Oh, it's live acting?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
And it's like emulated now everywhere because I'm assuming that.
I think it's on PC.
There's like really suggestive stuff in there too, isn't
There's
there?
one girl, well, it actually was on the ESRB because they had this Mortal Kombat and Night Trap, those the two games. And apparently they argued that Night Trap, you were trapping the girls. But you weren't trapping the girls, you were saving them while getting killed. But you could actually
Gotcha. Well, I'll definitely, just to clear up, just to kind of summarize what the question is kind of about, you said it kind of, why don't you play bad games, kind of. We get a lot of help for that, but I think for me, you guys watch AVGN, you watch JonTron, you watch those videos that are out there that they're known for playing bad games or games that are bad, and they're fun to laugh at. And that
just ripping it apart.
yeah, and I feel like that's why we always say angry video game jihad rant, because it's like, I'm Arab, by the way, in case you guys didn't realize that.
Can you tell?
Can you tell? And that's why we say that, because it's like, you know, that's their thing. And I always say it's much harder to say something good about a game than it is to easily crap on a game. And I think that's kind of the true essence of the show. And you guys have seen me review games that are notoriously good that I've said bad things about, and vice versa. And at the end, I still say, like, as long as the game has heart, you know it's a game worth playing. You with the game in your hand.
I got two.
Yeah.
One, you plan on revisiting the 8 and 16-bit era outside of what you're doing on Super Mario Bros. Like Super Metroid and Super Mario RPG?
Just like Super Nintendo.
Yes,
Super Nintendo is my favorite console, so that's, I'll never, yeah, woo, go Super Nintendo. So always, that's always, I always say, like, if we need like a backup, if like I'm just too tired to do a game that like is super hard, I'll always do a Super Nintendo game because I played almost all of them, and I'm like really good at most of them. I said almost all because I haven't played Chrono Trigger. So yeah, I mean, we definitely plan on revisiting those games. They're always fun. Here, Greg, you pick a person. I feel like I've always been you.
Okay. What is that? What are you holding up? Is that like a horseshoe? Oh, is that like a scouter? Oh, I'm so glad I picked that.
How was it feeling when you first met, like, PVG and the Team Cat? What was the first book you got?
We had pizza. It was pretty fun. Went to Lamppost.
Oh, that was the first time we met PVG in person.
I literally just met the Continue guys yesterday. Thanks for the beer, Dave. Appreciate it.
People don't really know this, but I went to high school with John, and that's kind of how we got our relationship established. And then I was a huge PVG fan, and John invited me on the call, and we played League of Legends, I think, for a few hours. And I was trying so hard to like not break my composure because I just was like, you're a peanut butter gamer, and I think I did pretty well because we ended up being friends after that. But and then we had Chipotle and the rest is history. You with the picture of Josh from Continue on his phone.
That is a terrible picture. You ruined it. Your dental was fault.
What's that?
How many pizzas do you
That's John.
Completionist? Is that the
John's the pizza
referencing?
completionist.
Pizza completionist? The pizza completionist was a joke. That was a total joke.
That I said about going to Lamppost when I first met, that was where that came from because we were trying to film really quick. And we all wanted to get pizza, and John was very into that pizza. And so, yeah, that's where Pizza Completionist came from.
My favorite games to complete, Mega Man. Anything Mega Man is always my jam. Yeah.
Less than 20 minutes of fun right there for Gerard.
Yes. Alice, go. You want me to tell you the real number? 172 times. Yeah, 171 was the Final Fantasy live stream with Jesse Cox and the TGS group. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Thank you.
I haven't. But I've watched him do it. That's like the story of my life. Thank you.
The gentleman in the hat.
This is a question for all of you.
Yeah.
Would you rather complete a game with 100 dog-sized horses or one-sized duck?
One horse-sized duck. Because I probably continue.
I think I'm gonna go with the mini horses.
What about you, Satchel?
Yeah, Satchel. That seems like a perfect question.
Yeah, go for it, Satchel.
Answer.
Which one? Which one of us?
We had different answers. Are you paying attention to us? Put right next to you, man.
All right. You're right there. Yeah.
The second question.
Yeah.
Two parts. First part, what's your preferred platform to like edit videos on, like here,
Yeah.
and second,
iMovie HD.
GarageBand.
second is, aside from playing games, how many like man hours do you like just making this video?
So to answer your question, we use the entire Adobe suite. So CS 5.5, Audition, Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, all that stuff. And the man hours that we put in the show are a lot. I think we actually have a big challenge of most YouTube shows can just kind of, make a video and upload the video and be done with it, but we have a very specific task first, which is complete the game 100% to make sure there's no loopholes in it, and then try and be as funny as possible while telling you about those things. And I think on average, my day-to-day time is I wake up at like 8 a.m. and I go to bed at about 4 a.m. And then
That's not always true.
I think, at least Monday through
Sleep
Thursday.
in a fair amount.
On the weekends I sleep in because it's the weekend. You've been like doing the crazy like
Frantically doing crazy.
Go for it. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. That was me, Shadow the Colossus. Everyone was like, that game is art. The game is music. The game is everything. I feel so. It's the game of the PS2 generation. It tells so much. And I played it, and the whole time I was like, I am not enjoying this, and I feel bad that I'm not enjoying it because I know that everyone loves it, and I felt like I was the guy who went to the art museum and was like, I don't like this painting, and everyone else was like, you suck, man. Yeah, different strokes for different folks. Greg, what was yours if you have it?
Yeah, Satchel, what do you think? Is that on?
No, I guess not.
Look.
There you
For
go.
the most part, I've lucked out. Either I've played it safe or whatever. I don't think I've ever really gotten into completing a game. Or maybe just I've played a game a little bit, and then if I'm not into it, I'm just kind of like straight off. I'm kind of like, I just lose attention. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Final Fantasy 13, lost me a little bit. It got
How do we get lost that game? It's still in one part.
don't come in with like expectations for free roaming by itself to win the game. I tend to agree with that. But going in, I had a lot of expectations. Like you were saying, I mean, this was like going into a game with hype and with expectations of it being like a particular like level, a particular enchilada, whatever. And for that, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, if the people at Square Enix decided they wanted to change their philosophy, I wouldn't deem them as guilty for wanting to do that after about a decade of making games a particular way.
You know, I think with us too as gamers, we've grown so much, and I think the game developers have tried to grow with us, and I think they try to appeal to the masses as to who's changed, and I think that's why I actually like 13, like I said. I'm one of the few people that does. It's a great game, but not a great Final Fantasy game. There's a specific difference in that statement.
I thought of mine, and people are going to hate me even more. Knights of the Old Republic. I could not get into it, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I just didn't. I think it's the time-based stuff.
Because, well, I think Star Wars to me is like, it's about the hack and slash. Like, you know, when we have
Any Jedi, like Jedi Academy.
you have a sword, you're going to stab someone. That's just kind of the simple mentality of a Star Wars game. And you don't get to do that in real time, and I think that's kind of where he's getting at with that.
Sure, dude.
Yeah, man. You right there with the blue lanyard. You, yeah. The idea for the Completionist started as it was kind of an accident, actually. The original idea of the Completionist was to do a daily show type of video game show with Greg and I as the host. You know, I'd be the Stephen Colbert and he'd be the Jon Stewart, and that was kind of the idea we had at first.
And there was going to be a third too, which is Frasier, if you've seen him.
Yeah, he helps out with a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And we got rid of that because production-wise it was too hard to do. And then one weekend, John, Aaron, Eager Raptor, and Dodger, they came to my house to do a live stream, and we were all just kind of hanging out, and that's actually where the name Beardman came from. It's because during that live stream, the audience didn't know what my name was, but they just kept calling me Beardman, and the chat would just like scream, Beardman, like in all caps, and that's kind of where I got the idea for every time Greg says, but Beardman. And I think I asked Aaron, like, what drives you to animate? Like, what drives you to keep going? And he's like, honestly, I asked myself who I was as a performer, as an entertainer, and that's what came out. So I asked myself, you know, as a gamer, what do I do? And the one thing I do is I complete games. So I literally went to YouTube, I searched the Completionist, and there is a 45-year-old gentleman from Alaska, I believe, somewhere up there, and he just was a guy who just liked doing it for fun. And I asked him, I was like, I'm going to start a show called Completionist. Do you mind if I do that? And he was like, no, I'll go for it. And that's just kind of how it all started.
Yeah, as far as the comedy goes, it's, you know, we'll work on bits, but usually the way we write the script is he'll write everything about the game, and then I'll edit it and add comedy at the same time. And then, like, we kind of build bits off of that. And, you know, occasionally, like, he'll have an awesome idea, and then I'll have an awesome idea, or one of us will think that we have an awesome idea, and the other one quickly shoots it down.
That's dumb.
There's a fair amount of those, especially for me. Shotgun comedy is what I do. It all comes out, but not all.
I think the best ones are when Greg and I together are like, I want to do this, and then Greg's like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And then he takes what I did and like makes it way better than I ever imagined. I think those are the moments that always, you know, all the musical jokes and whatnot, always the ones that kind of stick out to us. You right there. Yeah, Superman shirt. That's a good question. Can't really say. I would say, I think Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, I think Shadow of the Colossus is one. I think I was a little too harsh on it, but I actually, playing it again, I really enjoyed it. But it definitely still wasn't the art piece that everyone thought it was supposed to be, for me at least. You're right there with the 3DS. No.
And that is a lie. We just got the new Pokemans, and I must say I'm totally winning right now. What's your Pokedex number?
2.
You're a 2?
I turned it on the plane. I got tired. I turned it off.
Well, watch out, because I'm at 13, baby. Watch that, dude. Just watch tonight. He's like, I'm done.
The lady right there, lovely lady. Which one? I can give you some ideas of what I'm
Earthbound.
Earthbound. I just finished Earthbound. I can kind of also talk about the future. In February, we're doing Fan Appreciation Month because you guys all send me cool games that I've never played before, and it's 1 month of all the games you guys send. And Earthbound is definitely on that list, so I'm super excited for Earthbound. And Fez. Fez is one I've been waiting to really play. I've never played Fez before, so I'm just like, I'm ready to wear a hat. Yeah, you with the white jacket.
I know you put a few games on the show already. How do you feel about like being that instead of general community and make videos on games?
The Tiny Brains devs was the coolest experience we've ever had. Literally how it all happened was we went to E3, we met them, we played the game with them the whole time.
We just love the hell out of it.
I literally,
people thought that we were paid to do that, but we just loved it so much we had to do it, and I became such good friends. We became such good friends with them at PAX. That's how it was like a drunken dinner is how I got his face to be the achievement for completing the game. It's like we were all just drinking and having steak, and then I was like, you know what? What if you put Gerard's beard as the completionist? And they're like, we'll put his face. I'm like,
I almost got thrown out at E3 because I walked over to the Konami booth and they were doing, what was it, the new Castlevania game, Lords of Shadows 2 that's coming out. They had a display there, and Smooth the Groove was playing it. And I walked over and was like, Smooth, stop playing this game. And he's like, why? I'm like, there's a game you need to play called Tiny Brains. We're going to go play it. And he was like, all right. And he like turned to Barry, and he was like, well, let's go. And we left. And then Konami guy came over and he's like, what's your problem, man? People are waiting in line for this, and now you're taking him away. What is this? Dude, I just tell him, he's running on this awesome game over there. And he's like, what's your name? Tell me your name. I'm like, Jihad. That's my name. Jihad. He's like, well, you know what, Jihad? I'm going to have a nice talk with your company. I'm like, all right. And then my bag.
companies we should. With that conversation, we could segue into like talking about the brand deals and how.
Yes, this is a topic that is very touchy on YouTube that I love discussing because it's like such an elephant in the room that people are really comfortable about. And it's brand deals and what the reality is of getting paid for when a company comes to you to do a video.
And we have never and we will never do anywhere they want us to give a certain review.
Yes, that's a huge
If they give us a copy, you know, we will do a thing on the game.
That's the
the
first thing we put in the contract is we will not touch your game if you try to censor us. If there's a glitch, we're going to show it. If it's horrible voice acting or whatever, we're going to talk about it. And for the most part, companies have been pretty good. But I think within that, people, when they watch our show, they kind of get confused because they think that just because I really enjoyed a game, does that mean that I'm being paid to say that I enjoy it? And I don't think that's the case at all. I think we've been always truthful. We always think about what we really feel about the game. And I think it's easy to say that, you know, our views cannot be purchased no matter what the amount is.
And we're going to be doing less of them because of something that we're going to be setting up.
Yeah, have you guys heard of Patreon? You guys know what that is? Okay, so Patreon is like a monthly Kickstarter deals, and they don't like them, so we want to stop doing them altogether and just be a self-sufficient show. And how we do that is by you guys donating for the production of our videos. And
there'll be a whole bunch more stuff about it, but we just want to let you guys know they actually just opened a place where we actually have a studio now.
2014 is going to be an insane year for content. You guys watch the Decks? Yeah, I'm the executive producer of the Decks. It is filmed every week in my house.
And now it will be in our office.
Yeah, so we're trying to up the game and be all professional and stuff.
It's just going to give you guys better content, and it's not like you guys have to do that. Like,
yeah, at the end of the day, you're still getting your videos.
You're still going to see the Completionist. The only difference is it's going to be better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You right in front. As a birthday present? If you guys really want to give me a birthday gift, go tell your friends about what we do. That's all it is, because our insane workload is huge, and we try and reach out to as many people as possible. So, can I think about it? Because I feel like the reason why is because if I hug one person, I have to hug everyone. Yeah, that's
totally. Come on, everybody.
I got you. You with the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Your arms must be sore at this point. No. That's episode 99.
Oh.
Begs the question of, what's episode 100? You'll never know.
Okay. Should we take one more question and then move on with
time for like one or two more.
Two more.
You and the mask, the Borderlands mask. I'm ignoring you. I'm sorry. Go for it. Or it's a redev. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. You realize, like, if it's Sonic R, I have to call John, and then everyone's just going to be like, yeah, John! And then, like, that's the end of the video. Like, anytime everyone's like, you should defend Sonic 06, and I'm like, oh, and I'll call the Game Grumps so that you guys can go, Game Grumps! And then that's it. So.
I haven't played it, but I feel like I would enjoy it. Is that wrong of me? Did I say that?
You're right here with the card? Oh, CD, go for it.
What do you guys and Stephanie what do you favorite video game soundtrack?
We did videos, didn't we? No, we did songs. Sonic Adventure 2. It's so campy, it's so cheesy, but you give me a microphone and I'm just like, the whole time. And I will humiliate myself. I don't care. No, I can't. Not today.
Red Dead Redemption. Anytime like I'm on tour and I'm driving through the desert, I totally throw that on and I feel like it's like the coolest thing in the world.
Sasha?
Chrono Cross for me. Yes, American Suited did a really good job. You guys know it's electronic, it's acoustic, it's East Asian, it's Irish gigs, it's all that good stuff.
You in the back with the cartridge. Yeah.
What is that a cartridge of?
Perfect. Perfect. What's your question?
Something was from
What is the weirdest incident that's ever happened to you in
The weirdest incident?
Yeah. Weirdest thing that's ever happened to you.
I don't really know. I can tell you one of the weirdest things I've ever had was I met a guy at E3 who was a Square Enix rep. He was like, dude, I'm such a huge fan. I love your videos. I'm like, thanks, man. Do you want a photo or anything? He's like, no. And walked away. I'm sorry for offending you, Square Enix man. That was probably the weirdest thing I've ever experienced, at least since we've done the show. You're right there. College.
True story. Gerard Cleo is the only person, he's the only reason why I've ever failed a class. And apparently, if you don't go to class because you just want to play video games and eat fast food all day, you fail. And I learned that sophomore year of college when I met Gerard.
So I went through a phase where I was obsessed with StarCraft. I was playing StarCraft during this history course, and I was not like,
let's skip the step of even going.
I think at one point I even had an earpiece in. It's just like this entire time, and Greg, it was just like, why are you playing that? And then the woman never looked at me. Because I looked like I just was like, oh yeah, history, great. Germ Rush, let's go. All right, we got time for one more question and then the surprise challenge stuff. You in the far back. I love how everyone looks back. It wasn't that far back. You youngster, yes.
What is your favorite boss in a video game?
Favorite boss.
Explode.
I think any of the bosses from the Mega Man series. I love all of them just because as campy as they have their weird names, like Flame Man, Ice Man, Cut Man, you feel like you have destroyed them and you become them. That's the closest thing to cannibalism I'm ever going to get to, and I'm okay with that. What about you, Greg?
I always like the one at the end of Dead Space 1.
Oh yeah.
That whole game was great. I love it. So is Space. And now the continuing adventures of Space Cadet Negromon. Next week on the continuing adventures of Space Cadet Negromon.
Okay, so I'm going through the tweets real quick. Let's see, I'm just going to pick anyone at random. Katie Sexbang, are you here? Katie Sexbang says, Kingdom Hearts is my favorite game for its gameplay. I love the characters and their stories / games as a kid. That's a fantastic game. And you get to be one of the 3 participants in this challenge. So, if you can, go right over here to the front of this chair side. Alrighty. Let's see here. Is there a Chris? Majora's Mask, probably the most. Is that you over there? Alright, cool, yeah. Majora's Mask, probably the most invested I've ever been in everyone's backstory, also the masks. Thank you for coming. You are also going to be part of the challenge.
Alright, so I'm going to do the last one.
Go ahead, give a round of applause, guys.
Is there a Paul Ritchie here? Is there a Paul Ritchie? Yeah. He says that my favorite game is kissing Gerard's beard.
Star, retweet. Do you really want to be here, Paul? You can just come up and kiss my beard. Yeah. I'll love and embrace first, though. That's possible.
I don't want to see it.
Is Jason Whitcomb still here? Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You are in the challenge, my friend.
All right. So
and here's the best reason too, is because it brought my family together when I was a kid, and like that's the reason for playing games. It's just like bringing people together.
So what's the challenge for? The challenge is the 3 of you will play in a free-for-all with me in Project M, aka Super Smash Brothers. And that's all there is to it. So let's get to it.
And I'm going to sit here and watch. So did you guys have fun today? Yeah, we just want to do, so I had way fun. We have audio. Is it warming up? Sweet. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. We were serious when we were saying, oh, can you even see that? Yeah, we were serious when we said you guys are the reason why we do the show. So thank you for just being you guys and coming around and hanging out with us. All right, everyone, hold on to your butts. Hey, before you started, Gerard, are you playing as Samus? Can you play as somebody who you are the least comfortable with? Just somebody who you're always the worst. Hang on, wait. What do you guys want to play as? I think it's Jigglypuff. Oh, I said no, nothing will make you happy. All right. Here we go. Jigglypuff and lots. Hold on to it, Mr. Falcon. We should have done this everybody versus Giraffe.
You're lucky I didn't get that. I would own Gerard, man. I would own him.
Everybody gang up on Gerard. Knock him out. Everybody give him a round of applause. Come on. You held in a lot longer than I would have. I should have timed that a little better.
here?
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry if I interrupted, Cameron.
Thank you all for coming.
Come on up here. They'll take care of it.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Like so long. No. Thank you guys so much for supporting us for almost 2.5 years. I would literally probably be homeless without you guys. And I don't say that jokingly because I quit my job to do this full time, and you guys are the reason why I'm still here. So thank you very much for all of you who